If you don't like subtitled films, well that sucks, because you're gonna miss out on this one. Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome to day 29 here on the 31 Days of Horror. I am your host Mood616, and thank you once again for stopping in, guys. Yeah, day 29 is here, and we're going back to 1960 with another film from Panik Entertainment. Of course, like I said before, they're just like a sub-label of Synapse Films. And part of that Casa Negra Presents Mexican, Spanish horror film line that they put out a few years back. This one right here, of course, from 1960 is called The Witch's Mirror. Now, the back of the DVD says 1960, IMDb says 1962, which is whatever. It is what it is. So, from the 60s, The Witch's Mirror. Now this one really, I loved the premise as soon as I read it on the back. I was like, I couldn't wait to watch this one. But getting into the plot of this one, it's basically about a doctor named Eduardo. He is a kind of an asshole. He has previously he's murdered his previous wife, Elena. And now years later, he's remarried. Now the thing is, he's got this housekeeper by the name of Sarah, who is like, she's in leagues with the devil, and she has the ability to conjure up supernatural spirits and do witchery and to do certain things, The thing is with Sarah is that Sarah was actually Elena's godmother, kind of her stepmother or something like that. So after Eduardo's, killed her stepdaughter, she vows to exact some revenge against him. Now, this is years later, and now he's remarried to a girl named Deborah. Now, of course, the housekeeper, she gets her revenge. She conjures up some spirits and exacts some revenge. And what happens is Deborah gets horribly, burnt and disfigured in an accident. Yeah. So she gets really burnt up. She doesn't die. She just gets horribly disfigured and burnt. And that's where the film kind of takes a drastic, dark turn. Now, he decides that he's going to take matters in his own hands and try and fix his beautiful wife that he loves and has, devoted his life to by, going out there and stealing corpses and doing skin grafts and trying to fix his wife up. But of course, Sarah is not done, his housekeeper, with exacting revenge. And yeah, that's where I'll just leave the plot right there. Now, my thoughts on this one. Right away, I was watching this film, I'm going, wow, that's really interesting. This one definitely has elements from some very classic horror films. Most notably, Eyes Without a Face, of course, with the skin grafts. And I thought of Rebecca right away, too, which is really interesting because of the housekeeper, the devoted housekeeper and stuff like that. Thought that was really interesting and had those type of elements. I really enjoyed this film. It was fantastic. I will say, the script in the beginning of the film is a little muffled. If you're not paying attention, you might kind of miss things if you blink. This is, it's one of those films that just moves along so fast, you're going, what is going on? It only runs about 75 minutes, so like I said, it just gets right into it. It's kind of muffled at times, but everything does kind of make sense and stuff. It's kind of that old school storytelling where it's just choppy, a little bit muffled, there's a lot going on. And that's kind of the bonus thing. There is so much going on in the film that you don't even care. Even if you miss something, it's like, whatever. It doesn't matter. It just kind of gets into the second half. The first half, like I said, a little muffled. Second half is more straightforward and to the point and very entertaining all around. I really like the whole idea of, the housekeeper being able to see into this mirror and conjure up these supernatural spirits and stuff. I love that idea. And, the second half of the film is really interesting in itself. The revenge that actually happens in this is really, really cool. It's awesome. I thought it was just such a great idea. It makes a lot of sense. I love, playing off this, this doctor that's already an asshole, but I love this whole mad scientist element of films too, where he kind of takes life and science into his own hands, and, even though he's doing bad things, he's still trying to save his wife, but you got this whole revenge thing, and it kind of comes full circle, and it has a really good it's a really good pot of gumbo, It's a really flavorful pot of gumbo, this one right here. So, all in all, I really enjoyed it, man. The setting in this film, fantastic. the house or the castle that they're in is just awesome. There's a lot of scenes in graveyards that use really great, you know, kind of overhead shots and really well done cinematography in this one. The atmosphere in this one, awesome too. A lot of smoke, a lot of really dark scenes and stuff that really work, in my opinion. I love the scenes where they're digging up graves and stuff. It's just awesome. Of course, the music is very much what you expect from these type of films. It seems like the music in these ones is always the same. You know, it's relatively the same. You know, you got the strings with the piano and things that are going on in that. I thought the acting was great too. I thought the effects were actually pretty cool too. Like there's actually a little bit of effects in this one because of with the whole supernatural spirit type idea with the mirrors, and so you got kind of some trickery happening there, pun intended. And but yeah, I just thought the whole film was actually really well done, you know, except for the muffled script at the beginning. I think that could have been done a little better, but you kind of forget about it once it gets to the second half, and you kind of fall into this spell again of just fun. It's just a good film, and it's got some really good ideas, and I think this is actually one of the better, you know, Spanish horror films I've seen from this era, you know, in my entire life. So I think this one is really kind of a special one, and people need to check this one out. I think it's awesome, and I love the ending, man. I think the ending's great, and it's just awesome. You know, it's pretty cool stuff. So don't really know what else to say about it without giving anything away, but I have to say, man, the revenge that, you know, the housekeeper exacts, you know, in the second half of the film the second time is really cool, man. I thought it's simple, but it's fun, and it makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense. So if I had to rate this one, I'm going to give this one an 8.5 out of 10. All around fantastic film. It has some of my favorite things. You know, visually awesome. You know, the settings are awesome. The atmosphere is just fantastic. And I really do like the premise of the film. I love the whole mad scientist aspect. Really big fan of anything mad scientist. So really cool stuff. And like I said, it does borrow ideas from other films, which are a little bit subtle, except for maybe the skin grafting and stuff. But thought it was done really well. Really, really well. So awesome. But yeah, The Witch's Mirror. Definitely give this one a shot. Absolutely really enjoyed this one. So 8.5 out of 10. And I honestly, I wish it was just kind of a little bit longer. I was enjoying it that much. So, but with that said, guys, I'll see you guys tomorrow in day 30. Almost down to the last episode here on the 31 Days of Horror. Man, this went by really quick, I have to say. So, see you guys tomorrow in day 30. Peace out, homies.